welcome to today's live in our Facebook group Inspiration Daily, brought to you by Art Supplies. So I'm here to the regular Leandra. I don't know if I introduced myself. So today we will be painting a chocolate filled mug for Christmas. I think it's a really nice idea for a Christmas card. It's really interesting. It's something out of the ordinary. So I think you like original ideas. So I always try to give you more inspiration about different subjects that are not so much the usual. So yeah, I'm going to, hi guys, hi. So I'm just going to flip my camera around and show you my table. I have prepared a little sketch. I think it's very basic. I think no matter how skilled you are at drawing, I think you're going to manage to do this beautifully. We will be using gouache and watercolor. Always using products from the Art Supplies, of course, so you can see also how they perform. And if you have any questions throughout the live session, you can message me here and I'll make sure I respond to you as soon as I can, because I'll be painting, so it might not be right away, but please do be patient with me. So I'm just going to flip my camera around, show you my table, and then I will also show you some of our products that I'll be using today, of course. So this is my little sketch. It has this nice snowflake, some froth on top, and it will be nice and red and very festive for this season. Oops, just let me adjust my camera first. That's good. So I'm using paper from Art Supplies, which is 100% cotton, and you have so many different options for size. I'm using one of the smallest ones we have, but we also have an even smaller one. I do tend to paint small in watercolor, especially on lives, because I'm just showing you how to do little things. Of course, always you're very welcome to recommend to me new topics or what you'd be interested in if you have any particular preference. So since it's like this festive season, we are doing festive things at the moment. Okay, just grabbing all my materials, making sure I have everything I'm going to need for this drawing. Okay, so I hope we have a good lighting so you can see everything in detail. What else? So yeah, I think we're good. We can start painting. Let me grab my palette. Okay, good. Yeah, we have everything now. So this is my classic palette. I like this palette because I can mix all the colors myself. I think it's a very important skill to have, to learn how to color mix yourself, rather than relying on what colors are readily mixed on your palette. I think you can achieve more detail and more realistic results this way. So that's the palette we're working with. And let me grab some of my brushes. I'm using mostly the Millimeter set and the tennis set Scarlet Mix brushes from this set. So I also have this other palette, the Allegro, that has more colors than the classical one, larger selection. It has a really nice layout on the inside, very beginner friendly, I'd say. So the first step is, when you start painting with watercolors, is to grab some paper tape and start stretching on all four sides. So to make sure that the paper doesn't move around while you're painting, it stays in place. And of course, if you are doing some heavy washes, if you're, adding too much water on your paper, it also won't buckle or wrinkle, and it will remain straight. So that's really important. So that's always our first step when we are painting in watercolor. Remember to have some paper tape lying around so you can stretch your paper. And now we have our paper stretched. So usually the next step is to start mixing our colors. I think this way we're really saving so much time from doing it while we paint. And it also helps to be organized. And if you are a beginner, I think it's really good to have some steps to follow, some rules. It really helps you not feeling so lost. So step 1 is stretching the paper. Step 2 is to mix your colors, and then I'll tell you what step 3 is as we go. So I'm grabbing the number 3 round brush from the 10 set, that is Squirrel Mix Hair. It's natural hair brushes. They're very good, the best actually kind of brush you can find. The Squirrel Mix brushes, very professional. And even if you're not a professional artist, still they're really good. So it's good to invest on good quality materials. You do get the best results this way. So if you want to gift someone brushes, I think they will really appreciate getting them Squirrel brushes. So I'm mixing the Pyrrole Red with a little bit of Lamp Black to get a deeper shade of red, and that I'm going to use later for shadows. So yes, the mic will be red, and also we have a lot of white, but of course white isn't just white on a drawing or painting. There is different variations of gray, of beige even, maybe some bluish tint. So we're mixing some Chinese white with a hint of raw umber to darken it a little bit. Also, we can mix a little bit of white with a hint of lamp black to make a gray tone. And what else? And we can even mix a little bit of cerulean blue. Does the spell have cerulean? Yes, of course. Cerulean blue with a bit of white as well. So we can have a bluish tint. Okay. Okay, so now I have mixed some of the colors I'll be using, so we can go ahead, and the number 3 step is to start with some light washes. Hello Joe, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're well. I'm doing great actually, thank you for asking. Okay, so the number 3 step is starting with some light washes. And remember that when you're working with watercolors, don't go too dark all at once. It's best to work, gradually and building up all your values later as you go. You can always go back when it dries and add more color, darken it wherever you think it's necessary. You can't really lighten up watercolors easily. Well, not just with watercolors, you can definitely with gouache. But yeah, do have that in mind to work in layers and just don't go too heavy on the dark colors all at once. We build our values little by little. Okay, so here is the first layer of the white, of the red paint. Then we can go ahead and add some color, some shading to the ear of the mug with the colors that we've mixed. Okay. And a little bit here at the bottom. So here I have covered some of the snowflake with a bit of red, but that's all right. We can go ahead and fix it, like I said, with some gloss later, at a later stage. So not to worry about that. Okay. So now this layer was thin and it has already dried. So we can go ahead really with a bit more color. Like I said, we're taking it little by little. And of course, when you're painting with watercolors, you always need to be patient because they might take a little time to dry. Always wait for each layer to dry before you go and add another one. Otherwise, the colors might turn out a bit muddy. And I don't think this is the result you're looking for, muddy colors. So do be patient when you're painting with watercolor. And of course, if you don't want to wait so long for the paint to dry, you can always have an old hair dryer lying around. It can be really handy at times, speeding up the drying process. So there are ways in which you can speed it up a little. All right. Okay, so now I'm waiting for it to dry before I go back there. So I'll work on the other areas that are now dry and avoid the red of the mug. Wow. Okay, so I need to remix some of the colors. Just a moment. mixing a little bit of white with some lamp black to create a light shade of gray, to go ahead and add some shadows. And of course, I think it would be best to change my brush and go for like a smaller ringer brush. That would be better. Okay.
So I'm just going to use my hair dryer to speed it up a little bit. Okay, so it's really important to be patient when you're painting, like I said, with watercolors. You won't get like the results you want right away, so it might take you a few layers, but you always need to be patient. Okay. Okay, so we will let it dry and try to finish up the rest of the details. It comes together bit by bit. Okay, so we haven't really, we're not really done with the color of the mug yet. I don't think it looks good yet. So we keep going until we are like completely satisfied with the result. So someone recently here in the group was really frustrated because they keep, you know, starting new pieces, but they really lack the motivation to finish them. And I think one of those things is you might feel a bit disencouraged and abandon your drawings before they're done if you feel like you haven't reached, you know, the point where the drawing looks good. You're still kind of in the phase where it's kind of like ugly to you, and you kind of lose the optimism that you're going to make it look right. So you kind of abandon it and try and work on new projects in hopes that they might look better. At least this is how I felt when I was starting out. So it's okay if it takes you longer than expected. I think you need to persevere and keep going. It's okay and healthy to work on more drawings and projects at once. It might even be stimulating and inspiring to switch up a little bit. But don't go crazy and work on too many projects and drawings at once, because I don't think then you're going to finish any of them. And even if the drawing isn't really going where you want, if it wasn't like how you envisioned, that's fine. Keep practicing and keep making more art. So yeah, this is I guess my advice to you. To keep going and finish a drawing that you might think it doesn't look this good, because I think that by the end you might love the result. This is what usually happens when you're painting. When you're starting out, you might not like the drawing like half the time. You might not even feel confident that it's going to turn out so good, but when you finish it, I promise it's very rewarding, and odds might be that you're going to love this drawing or painting. So do finish it, and even if you don't, that's all right. You probably learn something from the process alone, so it's a win-win situation. You've got nothing to lose by finishing that drawing that you don't like so much. Okay, so I'm going to use my hair dryer again, spit it out. Okay, now it's starting to look a bit better. I really think so. So like I said, if you're patient with something, it really rewards you. You might even be surprised. So we are going to add a bit more highlights here and there. And also we have work to do on top, the froth and the ear mag. And yeah, and of course here the snowflake. I might even add a little bit of red glitter. We'll see about that. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab a little bit of white gouache, and work a little bit here. In some areas. Okay. Letting it dry. And I'll go ahead with a few of the highlights on the mag, of course. And what else? Okay, finish up this nice snowflake, add some more depth to it. I hope you like this idea of the mag for your Christmas cards. I think it's nice and it's interesting and different. And easy to do, so I hope you enjoy creating it. So I'm gonna go now, work a little bit at the bottom of the mug. Okay. So I'm just going to let it dry a little bit and see if we need to add any more details. Maybe to the froth on top. Okay. So anyway, I think this is a really fun idea, like I said, and I hope you try it. If you do, you can post it here on our Facebook group, Inspiration Daily. Or if you love using the art supplies, you can even use the hashtag art supplies on Instagram, and so is your beautiful creation. Okay, so usually I don't love all my drawings on that I'm painting live. I'm usually a little bit stressed when I'm painting like on camera, and I want to see your comments and make sure you have a good view and such. So I'm not 100%. Like, it's not 100% what I can do, but I just really want you guys to get the idea of how to create things. You know, give you some tips and answer any questions that you might have here live. That's the most important thing to me, to have this communication with you guys. And like I said, it's okay to take your time. I'm just trying here to do the best that I can, as fast that I can, because I could really be painting this 2 hours. For instance, it depends on how much time you really spend on your drawing. It really matters, I believe. The longer and the slower you work, I think the best your work turns out to be. So yes, don't be too hard on yourself. And if you don't have like hours in your disposal, that's always fine. As long as you keep painting and keep practicing and keep trying. That's the most important thing. So yeah, this could have been better, but still I think you get the idea of how to work with both watercolors and gouache. Okay, it's not terrible. I think that if I keep working at it after, let it dry of course, and continue tomorrow and do some touching up, I think it's going to turn out real good. But so far this is what we got. Okay. So I think I'm going to add a few more details at the froth. I'm just waiting for it to dry a little bit. It has some like sprinkles on top that might make it look a bit more put together. So I'm going ahead and add a few, I think. Oh, oops, too much water. We had some bleeding, that's fine. Okay, I think it looks a bit more festive this way. Okay. Okay, I think it might be good enough for now. I might be going back again at it and add some glitter and some stuff. Definitely going to give you some updates on that. And of course, do post your creations. Here, we'd love to see them. Anything Christmassy you have, anything to put us into the right mood, will be welcome. And of course, if you haven't already joined on our Facebook group Inspiration Daily, you're very welcome to join us. And so is your beautiful creations. So I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you join again, of course. And do share your beautiful creations with us. It's in our supplies. We will love to see them. And have a great day. Thank you very much, guys. Goodbye.